Breaking news now on Fox News Channel. We're awaiting a news conference out of Michigan after a suspect stabbed a police officer in the neck at the airport in Flint, according to investigators. The FBI reports it's now investigating yesterday's attack as an act of terrorism. The news conference taking place at the U.S. Attorney's Office in Detroit, about 60 miles south of Flint. The feds say their suspect, Amor Fatoui, is a Canadian man of Tunisian descent. They say he shouted in Arabic and said something similar to, "You have killed people in Syria, Iraq, and Afghanistan, and we are all going to die." Police say the officer, Lieutenant Jeff Neville, is now in satisfactory condition. He was initially critical. Garrett Tenney's in Flint for us. What else are you hearing about the officer's condition, Garrett?
Well, Chef, everyone we've talked to here at the airport has told us that Lieutenant Neville was the kind of guy that everyone likes, and he was always the first to help out. We talked to a friend of his shortly ago who said hours after surgery last night that Lieutenant Neville was already making jokes and talking with friends about how lucky he is to be alive, and he really is lucky. I want to show you. This is where the attack happened yesterday. FBI tells us that Amor Fatoui came out of this bathroom carrying a 12-inch hunting knife. It was here where he stabbed Lieutenant Neville in the neck, and within seconds, 3 to 4 officers, along with a maintenance worker, jumped in to help separate the two, and eventually Fatoui was arrested, and that quick response is now being credited for the reason that Neville is still alive. Jeff?
What more do we know about this suspect?
Well, we've learned from the FBI that he is not believed to be part of any type of larger terrorist cell. He's believed to be a lone wolf, and his motivation, that we're told at this point, they believe that he was carrying out this attack due to his hatred for the United States. We've also learned from court officials that Amor Fatoui has lived in Montreal, Canada for the last 10 years. He's married, he has 3 children. He had been working on and off as a truck driver and most recently worked 2 weeks ago. Earlier, House Homeland Security Chairman Mike McCall told us that investigators are also working to find out what Fatoui's plans were when he entered the country last Friday.
We know that he was probably self-radicalized, was doing this in retaliation for the killings in the Middle East, in his words. He traveled from Canada to New York, then to Michigan, attempted to purchase a firearm and was denied because he's a foreign national.
Now, investigators are also getting help from the Canadian authorities who raided Fatoui's apartment and his home in Montreal last evening. And we are also told that prosecutors have said they plan to notify the Tunisian government about the arrest, and they're hoping to learn more information from the Tunisians and help with the investigation there. Jeff?
Garrett Tenney on scene for us at the airport.